The story begins with a boy named Kunai living in his messy apartment, all immersed in playing video games. He has created a Demon Lord character named, which is the most powerful character in the game. One day, when he switches off the computer, a bright light takes him inside the screen, getting him transported into the game. He opens his eyes to find himself in a forest-like place, and when he looks into a nearby lake, he realizes he looks just like his character in the game. Luckily, he has the administrative privilege to game settings, and he thinks of going back, but he isn't able to do that. A girl named Aku shows up, but Kunai has never seen her in the game before, and she tells him to run away if he wants his life. However, he ignores her words. A huge monster suddenly attacks, and Kunai believes he knows this game better than anything, but he never saw the monster and the girl before. The monster attacks Kunai, but he defends himself, and only his forehead gets a small scratch. Kunai then attacks back using his special powers, sending the monster into the sky, and its body blows up like a bunch of fireworks. Aku gets scared and pleads to Kunai not to eat her up, however he assures her he won't do that. She calls him Demon Lord, and she mentions only angels and demon lords have immense power to defeat such huge monsters. He wonders why he is called a demon lord and not an angel, to which she reveals his dress is black, which makes him look like a demon more than an angel. Aku is an orphan who lives in a nearby village and lives her life by picking garbage and cleaning human waste. The villagers despise her for her looks and her smelly body, which isolates her, and she only wishes for people to mind their own business. She reveals that the monster recently started terrorizing the villages, and to save themselves, the villages started asking for human sacrifices. This time, when the monster started creating havoc, she was forced to become a human sacrifice for the holy kingdom of cherubs, which is completely controlled by churches. He asks her to take a bath in the nearby lake, while he sees the game settings, realizing that he has full control and can create many things. She also tells him that the monster was trapped in a holy shrine. However, due to some unknown forces, it broke its seal and showed up here. Kunai asks Aku to guide him to the shrine, but notices she's injured, so he offers her a piggyback ride, but she protests, saying she's a harem person and a garbage cleaner. He ignores her concerns, insisting that people like her play a vital role in society, which brings her to tears. Aku reveals that whoever enters the shrine gets one free wish. They start walking towards the shrine, and when they reach it, he smells something rotten, so he enters inside alone, leaving Aku outside. Inside, he finds a statue of an old witch surrounded by dead bodies, and the witch suddenly wakes up, calling him the Demon Lord, which confuses Kunai, since he only wanted his character to be a mafia boss. The witch explains that the dead men around him triggered a demon's release, which killed them. Kunai makes a wish to return to his world, but she mentions she can't fulfill that wish, and gives him a ring before vanishing into dust. When he comes outside, he asks Aku about nearby towns, and she offers to accompany him to the village she was kicked out of. As they continue their journey, Aku explains that her village was cursed by a demon, leading to barren lands and poisoned soil. Upon arrival, Kunai turns invisible mode on, and Aku is confronted by young men who mock her appearance and start throwing stones at her. Seeing this, he reappears, blocking the villagers' attacks, and one of them recognizes him as the Demon Lord, getting panicked. Kunai sets the house on fire and escapes with Aku, heading towards a desert. In the desert, he creates a shelter using his powers, surprising Aku, but she feels uneasy thinking there's no privacy in the middle of the desert. He explains that the shelter he made is of military-grade metal, capable of even repelling missiles from Russia, which calms her down. He sets up a temporary bath for her while he rests, and when she comes out, Kunai promises to make her a large jacuzzi in the future, making her grateful for his kindness. The next day, they encounter a group of robbers, but their attacks are nothing in front of Kunai, who activates his auto-attack mode, easily defending himself and Aku. Their leader approaches him, and they engage in a verbal battle. And one of the leader's underlings attacks Kunai. so he effortlessly flicks him away, shocking the group. A girl named Luna suddenly shows up, who is a magic-using influencer, and she defeats the robbers. She boasts about her strength, but Kunai mocks her, which irritates her. She sends her guards to capture him, but he overpowers them. He eventually reaches Luna, spanks her as punishment for her arrogance, and forces her to give him money to let her go. Kunai and Aku continue their journey, entering a city, and he decides to spend the money he got from Luna on learning the currency system and buying meat, which Aku enjoys. He takes Aku to a luxury hotel, where she accidentally calls him Demon Lord, scaring the receptionist, but he brushes it off, asking her to call him Big Brother instead. Kunai notices that Aku has only one set of clothes, so he takes her to a boutique and asks the workers to give them every dress they have. Later, they dine at an expensive restaurant, but during dinner, Luna shows up, calling Kunai the Demon Lord, drawing everyone's attention. To avoid causing a scene again, he invites her to join them and warns her to behave. He asks the waiters to give everyone free wine from his side, so they forget what Luna just called him. After the dinner, they find a luxury hotel room and Aku sleeps. However, Luna arrives there, asking for money, which Kunai gives her immediately. However, Luna begs to stay with them since she's still broke, but he refuses, so Aku convinces him to let her stay. The next day, Kunai asks Luna to explain the history of the city, and she mentions that the city once belonged to a holy civilization but fell into ruin. He finds the story absurd and heads out to earn money and visits an antique shop, convincing the owner that he's of high status. Kunai presents an earthen bowl he made, which fascinates the shopkeeper since bowls haven't been invented yet there. And in return, he asks for one giant gold coin, the highest currency. The shop owner gives him the coin, and Kunai leaves after advising the owner not to sell the bowl for less than 5 giant gold coins. Returning to his hotel, Kunai overhears some noise and instantly hides behind a wall. Luna rushes outside, where she's confronted by her older sister, a tough warrior named Killer Queen. Killer Queen scolds Luna for leaving the territory in search of the Demon Lord alone. However, they are interrupted by some hooded attackers, but Killer Queen fends them off with a giant sword. Kunai recognizes the hooded men from the wishing shrine when he found them dead around the witch and becomes confused. One of the hooded men unleashes a black substance, making Kunai intervene, but his magical ring malfunctions, leaving him paralyzed. He quickly accesses his admin settings and triggers a character change, so a bright light surrounds him, and Kunai transforms into a young man with silver hair named Kringler. Kringler quickly defeats the hooded men with 100 punches in a second, while Luna and her sister are surprised by his strength. Kringler leaves and reverts to his original form, before accompanying Aku to the hotel. Luna again asks to stay with them, but Kunai tells her that he isn't her bodyguard. She says he took a gold coin from her, which is enough money to buy a bodyguard for a lifetime, making him agree to her demand. During the journey, he gives Luna a common dress since she's wearing a royal one, which attracts enemies. They suddenly see 2 girls running towards them, with a huge number of beasts following them. Kunai realizes it's a perfect opportunity to demonstrate his strength and boost his reputation in this world. However, he soon notices the number of attacking beasts rapidly increasing. The women scream for him to run, and he gets scared a little, but tries to stay composed. He believes his auto defense will protect him from harm, and tells Luna and Aku, who are peeking out from the carriage window, not to worry and stay inside. One wolf attacks him, but his barrier instantly blocks it, boosting his confidence. He lights a cigarette and throws knives, taking out a number of the beasts. He then creates a sandstorm to puzzle them and unleashes his final attack, which completely wipes out the entire horde. After the battle, he advises the women to avoid dragging others into their problems, and returns to the carriage, continuing their journey. They stop again to water the horses, and he realizes that defeating all those beasts earned him a significant amount of points, enough to bring one of his powerful underlings from the game world. He creates a shelter again, and tells Luna and Aku to go inside and relax, while he takes care of other tasks. He wonders which of his 6 strongest underlings he wants to bring, knowing he only has enough points for one. He finally chooses a doctor and scientist named Yu, believing her strength against magic will be very low, and that she can also treat their injuries. Yu shows up before him, and he introduces Luna and Aku to her. Luna asks Yu to examine Aku's injured leg, and Yu completely heals Aku, who starts walking and running without any pain. Afterward, the group enjoys a short walk, but they soon reach Luna's village, which is in a miserable situation due to a severe water shortage. Luna admits that her village is neglected and that the church-appointed workers are responsible for the condition. Kunai realizes the church is using Luna as a puppet ruler and decides to take control of the situation. He proposes opening a hospital and hot spring in the village, which will generate income and attract people. When a church underling tries to interfere, he tells him about Luna's authority over the village, forcing the man to stay away. As they inspect the barren fields, strange people with bunny ears are seen picking the crops. Kunai asks Luna about them, and she reveals humans have different races here, and bunny human beings are forced to work hard for others, such as farming. The bunny people soon approach Kunai and reveal their struggle due to the water shortage. He sends Yu to check the well, which is completely dry, so Kunai uses his game points to craft a magical pulley that draws water every time sent inside the well, no matter even if it's dry. The group is slightly skeptical, but the pulley works, bringing up clean water and making everyone happy. He also provides high-quality fertilizer to help with crop growth, promising to employ the villagers once his hospital and hot spring are operational. However, before departing, Kunai warns them to keep the pulley's existence secret, because if the world knows about such a precious innovation, everyone will try to steal it, leading to a potential war. He leaves and plans to return so he can further improve the village.